home again. Yeah. 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 Blend.
When we started our company, we just decided to fully engage with Johannesburg, and that's where the name comes from. It's basically, if you put it in your GIS system, you'll find us, 2610 South.
Blend. Yeah, this beat is nice.
We feel we need to engage with the context here, with the local context, and to do meaningful work. It's not that we're not interested what's happening in other countries, but we would also much rather like to look at projects that happen in the southern hemisphere. 2610 is really a practice that is very sort of place specific, and we believe that you can actually find a lot of inspiration and educate yourself in your own backyard. So I think it's the architectural students who have the opportunity to do like a build project. They are learning a lot. But my question is, what do the people who are affected by that building over time, what do they gain from that?
This plan basically outlines all the projects which we as consultants have proposed to the city to say this could improve the area.
This looks like where Ivory Coast. What is that place? I don't know what's the place.
Deep Cirque and Curl. That's a competition we did recently. What actually happened is we won the tender of the JDA to do to do actually 3 projects in Diepsloot, and Diepsloot is one of the biggest informal settlements in Johannesburg. We basically said or realized that it didn't make a lot of sense to upgrade the street because basically there's open sewage all over the place. So, you know, even if you put paving there, 2 years later there won't be any paving because everything will be washed away. So also the upgrade of Activity Street, the way the client would have wanted to see it, would have basically destroyed the livelihood of several people who are trading on the street. We took cognizance of that people trade here and that they actually build yards, and that it's like almost like small social units. There was also a study done where they said in households where you have child-headed households due to AIDS, that kids who grow up in a yard have less school dropout or problems with criminality because you always have neighbors looking after them. So it's a very good example that, you know, you can't just actually walk in and say, oh, we're going to erase everything. We're first going to study and try and understand and see what principles can we derive from there to develop a new typology.
So the issue here, I think what we have to do, you're right when you said all the concerned people. This means all these people, and I think as the service provider, we are requesting you to, you know, maybe to make sure that all these groups meet and then we talk.
Then you can also explain it to the community and you will get more buy-in because they understand what you're trying to do. They've been interviewed. You understand how their social setup works.
It's a nice point. Hey, young tops, look at this is a beautiful picture. Look at the ball.
We do a lot of research that then informs our project, which we often don't get paid for. But we always feel we have to do the research, otherwise the project is not sustainable in a way.
I'll do it next year.
So what we did, we developed like smaller units of bathhouse, like places to wash your dishes, to go to the toilet, to get hot water, working with solar energy. For example, this one is just the small scale one, would cost 52,400. It just has like an area where you have open taps and people can wash their dishes, and you have a toilet and you have a privacy screen and you have advertising. But with the idea of solar energy, you know, you can really make it a sustainable little unit.